Let's look at the endocrine glands first. Here's thyroid gland, right where it's supposed to be. Right over the trachea and just below the larynx. See that? Thyroid gland has sort of a reddish look like that. Now this right here is thymus gland. So is this. Now, oftentimes we see thymus down here over the heart, don't we?
Yes.
This pig just doesn't happen to have any here. I mean, it was here. I guess it's been removed. But the thymus often looks like a U. In other words, it extends way down, into the upper mediastinum here, but it has an extension that goes up in the neck on each side. So you're looking at extension right here. You see that? So that's what this little tag is showing you. This is thymus right here. And it just doesn't have, we don't happen to have any showing right here. All right, is the pancreas an endocrine gland?
Yes.
All right, it contains endocrine glands, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's actually a dual function gland. Where are you going to look for the pancreas?
Right below the stomach.
You got to look under the stomach or posterior to the stomach. And so there it is right there. Right there. Here's the stomach. All right? Adrenal gland. That's an endocrine gland, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now where are we going to look for endocrine gland?
Top of the kidneys.
Yeah, so we've got to find us a kidney. Here's a kidney. Now let's look up here at the supromedial pole of the kidney. See where the pin is? See this little pink organ right here? See that?
Mm-hmm.
My pen wants to keep coming out here. That's adrenal gland up there.
I can see it.
If you can't see it now, you can come back and take a picture of it. But you got to look at the supromedial pole of the kidney to find the adrenal gland. And of course, there's one on the other side too. All right. Let's look at some reproductive organs. Let's start outside and work in. So this little stick that keeps coming out right here, this little skin sac right here that this little stick is in, that's scrotum. What's in the scrotum? Testis and epididymis, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now we'll go over here and look on the other side for those structures. Okay. This, in other words, what you're looking at here would be inside the scrotum. So you see this little tiny bean-shaped thing right there? That's testis. The pin is in. Now, do you see this little lighter colored structure that's sort of curving behind the testis right here?
Yeah. Urethra.
No, that's epididymis. Epididymis. And the tag is on it here. See, epididymis. This little wire is around the epididymis. Now, so here's testis. Now this little redundant little nubbin of tissue here was lying right up against the testis here, like that. We pulled it away a little bit. It's the tunica vaginalis. You see the label here? Where'd that come from? What's its origin? Where'd that come from? Well, let me ask you another question. What is the name of the outer covering of the testis?
Scrotum.
The outer covering of the testis. His first name is tunica. Tunica albuginea. We got a little studying to do, don't we?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. All right. Tunica vaginalis. That's a different thing, isn't it? Where'd that come from? What tissue is this actually? parietal peritoneum. Because when the testis descended, came through the inguinal canal, pushed out of that retroperitoneal space, it drug some parietal peritoneum with it. And that's what it is right there. Tunica vaginalis. All right, so testis, epididymis, and what does the epididymis connect to? Vas deferens. All right. So what is this that I'm lifting up right here? Is that the vas deferens?
Maybe.
It's headed up this way, isn't it?
Yes. Ay, cosa es? No.
No, it's not.
You got all you.
Now, is the vas deferens in there?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, it is. But that's not the only thing that's in there.
Oh, that's the whole thing.
So what is this whole thing?
Don't remember the name. Just kidding.
I sure have a hard time getting y'all to understand this. Spermatic cord. So there are blood vessels in there, there are nerves in there, lymphatic vessels in there, the spermatic cord. So where's the spermatic cord headed?
The penis?
Well, there are things in it that are going this way, and there are things in it that are going this way, like arteries and nerves. All right? Now, what did we say the epididymis is connected to down here? Vas deferens. All right? So the vas deferens is in here, isn't it? All right, so the vas deferens is going this way. It's going up there, it's going to go through the inguinal canal, and it's going to head into the pelvis. So if we look in there, we ought to see the vas deferens. So let's see if we can see it. Now, can you see what I'm lifting up right here? This teeny tiny little structure right here.
Yeah.
That my probe.
Really, really.
You see that? Now you people over there in the bleachers.
We were
you
waiting
can't-
for them to move
You can't
back.
see this.
I know.
All right. So that's vas deferens.
Okay.
That's the left vas deferens. Now, remember it's bilateral, isn't it? So I've got this one labeled for you right here. Now, my string is around the right vas deferens over here, see? But if you look in here, you can see both of them. Here's the left one, and there's the right one, vas deferens. All right? What's this? Urinary bladder. All right. That's good. Urinary bladder.
We got that.
Huh?
We got that.
You got that. Well, you ought to have it. If you don't, you're in serious trouble. All right. So there's a tube coming away from the bladder. What is this?
Urethra.
Urethra. That's correct. This is the urethra. All right. Now, if you look behind this tube, way back down in there is another tube that's not labeled. But what is that tube down there?
Rectum.
The rectum. That's the rectum. All right. Now, on either side of the urethra right here, there's a gland. Here's one of them. It's got a pin in it. And here's the other one that doesn't have a pin in it. It's a right and a left. What are those?
Copper gland.
Cowper's gland. What's the other name for Cowper's gland?
I read that.
You who can read the label, what's the other name for Cowper's gland?
I don't know. No.
Starts with a B. No, that's female. Bulbourethral gland. Bulbourethral gland. All right. Now, we said this was the urethra, is that correct? The one that's got the label on it. All right. Now, what is this tube right here? And the label's upside down there, mister. So, what is this?
Let me think. It's gonna be a while.
All right, let's go up here. This is the male now. Here's the external penile orifice or urethral orifice right here. So what's this thing running through here?
Urethra?
This is a penis.
What?
This is a penis.
Shut up. Shut up. Seriously?
Now, the urethra is in there. Right? So here comes the urethra. It's fatter back here than here, which throws you off some. But anyway, this urethra is winding around and it's heading out in the penis like this. So this is, the urethra is in here, but this by itself is not the urethra. The urethra is in the penis, right? But there's some erectile tissue in there too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you got to realize that. All right. Any questions about the male?
Nope.
All right. Let's go here and look at female. All right. Let's do this here. Let's start inside with this. We're running over with tags here. All right. What is this?
Urinary bladder.
Urinary bladder. Okay. What is this right behind it?
I can't see it.
And my probe is on it right there. What's behind the bladder in a female?
Uterus?
Uterus? No, rectum?
Uterus.
Uterus?
Uterus. So this is the uterus. All right, if that's the uterus, then what are these?
Ovaries. Yeah, fallopian tubes and the ovaries.
Well, you would think so, wouldn't you?
They're not.
But they're not. They're not. These are uterine horns.
You say
These are extensions of the uterus. This is what allows the pigs to have litters. Multiple pigs at one time. There's more space up here.
Okay.
All right? Now, what's this little bean thing right here?
Ovaries.
Ovary. But we still haven't found the tube yet, have we?
No.
All right. We'll look back here. When I put my pen through it, it almost obliterates it, so I'm going to put my pen behind. You see this teeny little tube right there?
Are the fallopian tubes?
See that?
Yeah.
That's fallopian tube right there.
Oh, wow.
Little tiny white.
Yeah, right there. And over here